guys, today I'm here to do my March wrap-up and my April TBR. Last month I think I read 11 books, and this month I only got through 4 books. I've started 2 others, but I haven't finished them, so I'm hoping to read more in April. The first book I completed in March was Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. I listened to this on audiobook. This was a reread for me. I reread these books about once or twice a year, and this year I decided to reread them in audio form, and I'm really enjoying listening to the audiobook versions. Obviously, since this is a reread, I will never change my rating on this, so I gave this one 5 stars. Then I picked up The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. I know this was going around BookTube last year, and everyone was loving it. I actually picked this up on audiobook as well. I really thought I'd like this book because I'm extremely organized, but I didn't end up liking this. I think I pretty much knew most of the things in this book already, and the thing that really bothered me was that she was telling you to talk to your objects when you put them away, and I just thought that was totally crazy. It may work on some people, but I was just rolling my eyes through this entire book. Unfortunately, I gave this one 2 stars. Then I picked up The Geek's Guide to Unrequited Love. I heard Cristo talking about this and it sounded right up my alley, so I decided to pick it up. I read this in one sitting. I was in the car for a road trip and I read it all day long. And I think that was a perfect time to read this because I didn't want to put it down and I thought it was really cute. It is a young adult and I don't like a lot of young adult novels, but I really liked this one. This takes place at a Comic-Con and I've always wanted to go to one. I love all things nerdy and I think I just really fit in at a Comic-Con. But this is just about a guy who loves his best friend and he decides to take her to Comic-Con and he's going to tell her that he loves her, but things start going wrong. This was just a really light and fun read and I highly recommend checking it out if you like nerdy or young adult books, and I gave this one 4 stars. The last book that I completed in March was The Picture of Dorian Gray by Wilde. I read this in one sitting as well. It was actually on my way home from that trip. I've been meaning to read this book for a long time now and I finally got around to it. It really wasn't what I was expecting it to be, but I still really enjoyed it. I actually thought I would like the character Dorian Gray, and I hated him through the entire book, but that may have been the point. I don't really have to say a lot about this because it is a classic and I'm sure most people have read it, but I gave this one 4 stars. At the beginning of March, Jean and I started a buddy read on the Count of Monte Cristo. We've been slowly making our way through it, and I'm about 550 pages in. It's moving really slow, and I think it's extremely wordy. I think he probably could have cut out like 500 pages in this book, but it is a classic, and everyone seems to love this book, so I'm really curious to see what everyone's really loving about it. I've also started Cress by Marissa Meyer on audiobook today. I can get through them really quick and I really enjoy them, so that should be no problem to get through. One of my TBR jar picks was True at First Light by Ernest Hemingway, and I didn't get around to reading it. My problem is I really like to listen to audiobooks now, and I can't find any Ernest Hemingway on audio, so I really have to force myself to sit down with a physical copy now. I'm sure I'll end up liking it because I like all of Ernest Hemingway's books, but I haven't picked this one up yet. For the Ready, Set, Read book club, we're supposed to read Nightfall. Again, I haven't picked this one up. I did check it out on audiobook, but I haven't started it yet. But I'm sure that the live show will be any day now, so I better get through this. Okay, despite the Count of Monte Cristo kind of bogging me down, I did get through quite a few books this month. But let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!